We did,
Sorry, you say Fruitopia?
yeah, way back in the day.
Never heard of it. Where was it?
Fruitopia was a product of Coca-Cola,
I mean, I know what
and
Fruitopia is. Shit.
we did it at Canada's Wonderland. It was my
Oh.
first time on TV, and it was like we had to do 12 minutes, and it had to be clean. And yeah, that was I think my first real taste of it. But I mean, like my first year in, I kind of sucked, but I got better. And then
Wait.
Yuck Yucks used to do. Sorry,
So no, sorry. What was that your first year in? You got to do the Wonderland Fruitopia?
no, my
Okay.
first year in, about a year into it, we they used to do a comedy competition across Canada. Yuck Yucks, all the all the clubs used to send one representative. It was a search for Canada's funniest new comic. And the year before, the first time I went on stage, there were 12 people on the show, and I didn't place in the top 10.
Right. Not the
That
top.
was my first time.
Oh, I said you were
My
bottom two.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
But the next year,
Yeah.
I actually represented Ottawa. I went to Toronto and came in third nationally.
Who won that one? Do you know?
Uh, First place went to Ron Pardo, and second place went to Darren Frost.
Cool. Was that the competition?
I was third.
Sorry. Did Mark Little win that one year? Yeah.
No, that's a few years later. Their newer one,
I see.
but quite a few years later. I don't know why they stopped. They only did it for their first couple of years of when I was doing it.
Oh, sorry. You froze. Okay. 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 That sounds really fun. So how long were you in, or how long were you doing comedy when you got the Fruitopia thing?
That was about 3 years,
Oh,
and
wow.
myself, Trace McDonald, a couple other Ottawa comedians, we got to do it with some other national people, and it was fun.
Is that? Are you able to find it like online somewhere, or do you have it yourself?
I wish I have it on VHS somewhere.
Whoa, I'd love that. You find it.
Let's see if I can find it. Yeah,
Yeah, I want to collect all the mementos of your career.
that was the first time my mom saw me on TV.
Oh, that must have been great. That must have been like so cool. Did she like were you what were you doing for work at the time when you got into comedy?
I worked in the government, like
Whoa.
Trevor Thompson, but I wasn't making 60,000 a year back then. I was about 35.
Wow. Well, that was like what, 70 years ago, right? So
Yeah,
roasted. So you weren't ever like thinking of like leaving your job for comedy.
not then. I did later.
What prompted you to leave? Because that's like a
Uh,
sweet job, probably.
I'd done a national tour, and they were still giving me work, and my vacation time came up, and where I worked, they were saying they were going to lay off somebody, so I stuck my head in a noose and said, everybody else needs this job, I don't, so I'll go do comedy, and I was making a living at it for a while.
That's like a win-win-win all around. Like you seem cool to your coworkers, they don't lose their jobs.
Yeah,
You get to leave your job. Whoa.
I had seniority. There was no reason for me to leave, and I don't regret leaving for sure.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
a lot of touring, a lot of work. It was fun.
Do you know
Comedy's great.
do you know anybody in the government that would hire me?
Probably.
Okay. We'll talk about that when we're
Yeah.
done.
You should talk to the military. You got the hairdo.
They still have the don't ask, don't tell policy, right? Like I'm all about that.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
As long as I can keep it a secret, baby. Okay, so when people bring you on stage, especially, I remember when I first met you. When I first met you, it was my I think first time ever like emceeing a show,
Mhm.
and it was at the Lunetta Cafe, and I've seen it happen now. Whenever you're on a show with a new comic hosting, like they read the same, like they Googled your name and they have the same credits that like, you have, right? Like they know it. So I just want to hear you talk more about like because you did Just for Laughs like how many times?
Twice.
Twice. Tell me all about it. I'm all into it.
Well, my first time was kind of accidental. Uh, no, it's true. We went. It was the first time they did the homegrown competition, and Tracy McDonald represented Ottawa, and a whole bunch of us got my mom's minivan, and we went down to Montreal to check it out.
Right.
And DJ McCarthy was supposed to go on at the end, and you know how like in a competition they have a pro go up and do 15, 20 minutes and while they're tabulating the votes.
Right.
DJ couldn't make it for some reason, and I had just played the Comedy Nest about 2 weeks before that. So the manager Gord came over to me and asked me if I wanted to close the show.
Hey.
And I said, do I get a Just for Laughs credit? And he said, yeah. So I said, yeah, I'll do it. And it was actually funny because at the time I used to wear my thick glasses, and I just changed into the more normal glasses that I wear. And but I was still wearing the thick glasses on stage because it was a crutch for sure, but it helped me. And I had left them at home thinking I'm not getting on a show at Just for Laughs. I'm just going to watch a show.
Right.
So they asked me to do it, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I didn't bring my glasses.
That's the nerdiest thing I've ever heard. Without my glasses.
No kidding. No kidding. And so I said, oh, you know what? It is what it is. Let's just go up and do whatever we can. And I did about 12, 15 minutes, and it went really, really well.
Damn.
I was really happy. That was my first time. The second time, I actually got in through the homegrown competition.
Okay. Did you win? Who won the competition? Did you win?
I'd
vote.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I think Ryan Woolner.
I probably would.
The year I did it.
I'd be holding a grudge if I were you against everybody that did better than me. I gotta retain that hate. And I was thinking, if I was Tracy McDonald in that car with you, I'd be really pissed at you too. Like, we just drove to Montreal. Like, who drove that trip to Montreal where you get to headline, you know? All of a sudden.
Well, we met her there.
Oh, okay. She didn't have to drive.
My brother drove, and we had like Rick Curry, Don Kelly, a few other people. I can't remember everybody, but we needed the minivan because there was a bunch of us.
That sounds really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We used to be a very supportive community, Ottawa.
It still is. It's just bigger, so it's like certain people support certain people.
Yeah, okay. I'll agree to that.
I think it's cliquey, they say. But what is a clique if not just a group of friends, in my opinion?
Yeah. Yeah. A group of friends that ostracize people that don't fit in.
Well, you have to, because people can be weird.
Yeah. Not everybody deserves to be in the group.
That's what I'm thinking. And I think of my time in high school. This is tough to believe, but I wasn't normally in cliques. I was normally ostracized. So I feel fine ostracizing everyone. Especially if they believe different thoughts than I believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
Okay. So you opened for Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. Well.
Okay.
That was an interesting time for sure.
Okay.
I won't get into all the details, but it was my first time doing the Nubian show.
Okay.
And Dave Chappelle was filming Half Baked in Toronto. Right. And he came down and closes the show.
Hey.
And he was cool about it. A lot of times, like, successful headliners will go on in the middle of the show and bury the show. He waited until the very end.
Yeah, that would suck to follow him, probably.
Yeah. And I got lucky. He came in about the act before me, I guess. So he saw all my set. And I don't brag, but that was definitely one of the top 3 sets of my life, man.
Woo!
I fucking, yeah.
Okay. You're really holding out on some detail there, man. Something juicy happened, I know it. But it's fine. It's fine.
I can't get into all the details because there's going to be a lot of follow-up questions. But let's just say I couldn't play the Ottawa Club for a little while.
I understand. Okay. I've talked to you about your Comedy Now special a lot, but talk to me more about it.
Well, that was probably one of the coolest experiences. I mean, you get treated like a rock star, and the entire build up to it was really kind of neat because Millen Curry Sharples was running it back in the day. I guess he stayed with it the whole time, but he got promoted, and that's probably why they don't do it anymore. And we had met in Calgary, and he told me that he'd been hearing things about me, and he's been watching me. And he said that I was going to be on the short list for the year before I actually got to do it. And I didn't get to do it, but I was glad I didn't because I got to write more. Yeah. And I had about 10 more minutes by the time I actually did do it. And he wanted to fly me out to Toronto, and I told him I was going to be in Mississauga anyway. I needed my car, and he was like, "Well, we'll fly you out." And it was really sweet. And they put me up at one of the best hotels in Toronto. And the way you do it is they do it like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and they have like 2 shows a night, and each show has 2 comedians. And I was at the Mississauga Club the Thursday, Friday, so I didn't get to watch. I just got to warm up.
Right.
So then Saturday came up, my shit was tight, and Mike Beatty was on, and then they had to re-record Terry McGurn because he was doing a George Bush. George Bush is a stand-up comedian.
Oh,
and
really?
Something happened in his recording, so he had to redo it. So, and the night I actually did it. Mike Beatty did an hour. Terry McGurn as George Bush did about an hour, and then about an hour and a half, I think they had to redo something else. So I followed like 2.5 hours of comedy.
Right.
They're basically taken hostage. There's no water. There's no food. You're in a theater. Yeah, that was a like the way it went. So you just deal with it, you know.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what happened. And it was fun. I mean, I smoked my last joint around just before Mike went on stage.
You did stand up high?
No. I smoked just before Mike went on stage. It was like
oh yeah, I don't
3 hours before I went on, I guess.
Okay.
So it wasn't that bad.
Oh, so you were still a little.
Maybe.
I can't imagine.
But I mean,
weren't you nervous that it was going to affect you negatively?
Well, I'd been doing it for a while by then. It wasn't like, hey, I'm going to get high for my first TV thing.
You're right.
Yeah, and they feed you, had a nice dinner, watch Mike. Mike killed it. Terry McGurn killed it for the most part. I think he hit a few nerves on some things.
Oh.
And then, then I went up and I connected with the audience in a way that I'd never connected.
Yeah, you had one of the hottest Comedy Now specials I saw. Aside from
Very
actual, like aesthetic, like you weren't that attractive as a comedian. You get it? I'm roast. Do you get it?
Yeah.
I thought yours was so funny. And I kind of take it back. You had a cool look going. Like you were. I'm just gonna start shitting on how you look now in comparison. No, your jaw looked really good.
I used to dress up all the time, man.
Yeah. Why? What changed? You had a kid.
Well, when you start playing bars, a lot of bars, you can't dress up. Then you look like you own the place.
Yeah.
You got a long time ago. Headliners always told me dress the same way the crowd is.
I see.
You know, like if you're doing a corporate, wear a suit. If you're doing a bar, jeans and a shirt.
That's interesting. Mildly. So I saw you post about this, just referencing your Facebook from 7 years ago when you posted about how I think you were, you were going to do comedy in Egypt.
Yeah.
Right.
At the time, there was a lot of unrest.
Yeah.
We had a president that sort of put himself in position, but he was Palestinian, so the Egyptians were really mad. So we had a curfew, and we visited. We had to be back at our uncle's house by midnight, and the military took over the street. You had to have your paperwork. You really shouldn't have been out.
Right.
And it was a really tough time between the Muslims and Christians, and me being a Christian, doing a show for other Christians would have made us sitting ducks, you know?
Right.
So the people that organized it said, no, let's not take that chance.
And have things changed there that much? I don't follow.
Yeah, we got a president we actually like who's Egyptian, so it's better now. As far as I know, I have a lot of family that aren't happy there.
Oh, but they're like safe?
Yeah, it's safer.
Would you go do comedy? Like, do you plan on it? there?
I'd love to. I'd love to do it in my country for sure.
Okay, I'll come too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
Well, we all,
if I go anywhere, I'd be like a sitting duck kind of. I think.
no, man. You'd have to be. You'd have that mystique about you because you're not Egyptian.
I see.
But I mean, Brendan McKeegan's played Egypt, so I mean, like white people do play it, perform there.
When I first started comedy, just about Brendan McKeegan for a second. I saw him. I think on like one of the Mondays, he was the feature act, and he did so well that I bought his I bought his DVD afterward, and it came with the CD, and I played that CD like I think I made my dad listen to it like 6 different times because I thought it was the funniest thing. But then my dad smashed his CD, so
Oh,
he's no longer a Brendan McKeegan fan.
was that intentional?
I don't know.
I love Brendan. I think he's very funny.
Yeah, shit. I've only ever seen him at Yucks once, and it was he was in the green room, and he was so funny. He had a joke about like mumble, I forget. Mumble rappers kind of sound like they're yawning or they're about to yawn,
Yeah.
and then he just asked it really offhand, and then he did like a 7 minute bit about it, and it was so cool. He's so funny. I think I could beat him at basketball, though, just so you know.
Well, yeah, I think so.
Okay, thank you. Uh,
You're taller than me, man.
yeah, you know who's really good at basketball? Matt
Don
Carter.
Kelly.
Who'd you say?
Oh, I believe that. I thought Don Kelly.
No, I can't imagine. I could beat Don Kelly. I'm just putting it out there. This is a challenge to Don and Brendan. If I get Matt Carter on my team, because
Yeah, Matt Carter, I believe, is good at basketball for sure.
it sucks. Because like I just feel like he has it all. You know?
Yeah, Matt Carter, if he wants it, he's gonna do it, and he's gonna fucking own it.
Yeah. And he looks good sweaty. He's the only white guy that looks good when they're sweaty. Okay,
All right.
this is a fun question for me. Who's your favorite newer comic, excluding me?
In the world or in Ottawa?
Let's start locally. That's a fun question. We'll branch out.
Well, there's a few.
Okay.
George is silly. I think he
Whoa.
found his groove and he's killing it. Michaela Chung's really good. Shit. I feel bad because I'm going to forget people and they're going to be like, "Why didn't you say me?"
Well, I don't think anybody's
yeah.
actually watching this, so I don't think it's a problem.
It's not like Trevor's Pad where you can see like 40 people are watching.
It's there's not 40 people watching Trevor's Pad.
Some nights.
Really? I actually have no idea how many people are watching this. I don't know how to use. It doesn't matter. It's just you and I. That's all I ever wanted.
But I mean, I like Caesar McCool.
Okay.
Like if you're talking about some people that moved away, Sean Carson. Last time I saw him at Absolute, he was killer.
I was.
And he had
waiting-
like,
Sorry.
I'm just saying, like he had like at least half his set was new to me. I don't know how long he'd been doing it, but it was new.
Where'd you see him?
Absolute Ottawa.
Yeah, I think he hosted one of those shows, eh?
Yeah. But I mean, like Ottawa just has a lot of good people like that have moved away. Rebecca Reeds, Alex Wood. There's a lot, man.
I saw Rebecca Reeds do the Just for Laughs New Faces this past summer. She was really funny.
She's really, really funny, and she's got it all. She can go wherever she wants with it for sure.
Yeah, she's gonna be a star, kid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'd hate to be asked this question. Do you have like a writing process for when you write jokes?
Yeah,
What is it?
yeah. For me, it's being in a good mood,
Oh,
being in the right kind of mood. Yeah, it's funny, man. Like I can't be funny unless I'm in a certain headspace. And that's why I haven't written a lot in the quarantine, but it's starting to get better. But you know, motivation and inspiration are kind of hard to come by.
Yeah, I agree. I have a hard time writing anything with the thought of not knowing when I'll ever do it.
Well, there's that too, right? Like, I mean, and they keep changing the date. We're supposed to be out of here by now.
Yeah.
And now they're saying, May. And in May, they're probably going to say, nah, June.
I don't think we're going to be back to normal for 18 more months. Like, I think this is life for a while.
I think people will start going back to work. I don't think the economy can sustain this for much longer. I mean, people are getting $2,000 checks right now.
Oh, yeah.
The government can't afford to be doing that for 18 months.
Are you getting that curb money?
Yeah.
What are you doing with it?
Nothing. I'm not going out, man. I don't
Yeah.
drink. I don't smoke. It's
Well,
just sitting there.
Nobody's going out drinking.
No, that's true. But I mean, the LCBO is still open.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Why don't you send me your paychecks then?
Sure. I'll send you all the shows from April.
All the what?
All the all the shows I did in April.
I see. Okay. Funny guy. I get it. Okay. You have a favorite, like a comedy tour, like a favorite tour or a road trip you went on? I mean, driving to Montreal and getting on Just for Laughs as a surprise sounds really cool. But
It's funny that you asked this.
thank
I
you.
was remembering a story from Calgary.
Okay.
There was one tour in particular. It was my first winter tour after I quit my job, and I divorced from my first wife. So I don't know how detailed I can get with this, but there was a lot of really fun nights, a lot of drugs, a lot of drinking,
Who with?
and
Or is that the detail you don't want to?
well, I don't know if I can.
Okay.
Well, I could name the people that didn't do the drugs.
Whatever you feel.
What happened
comfortable
was, what happened was, I was emceeing the Calgary Club, and the Saturday night, Just for Laughs was there. So they did the regular show with the headliner doing a little bit less time, the middle did a little bit less time, and they had 5 bona fide headliners doing showcase sets. So I went up, I told the crowd, this is what the show is. We're going to have a lot of fun, Just for Laughs. Everybody on the show is a headliner. You're going to have a great time. And then brought them up one by one, 5 in the first show, 5 in the next. So now you're looking at about 15 comedians all at the Calgary Club, which is the hub out west.
Right.
So all the road comics that were like playing Red Deer and Lethbridge and Medicine Hat, they came to the club after. So now, and this is before Christmas, it's like early December. Now you got about 40 comedians all at the hotel. So nothing good's going to come of that.
Whoa.
So Toby Hargrave, actually, he didn't do any drugs. He drank a bit, but he called me from Edmonton the day of, and he's like, I tried finding a place to stay. Do you mind if I stay in the hotel room with you? Toby Hargrave has saved my life, so of course, and I love the man. So I said, yeah, absolutely. You're more than welcome. So he stayed in my room, and I don't remember if he was on the first or second show, but he was showcasing that night. And I'll name the headliner because he doesn't come to town, but Augie Smith,
Okay.
he was headlining, and I introduced him at the second show. And as we're shaking hands, he sticks a baggie in my hand, and there's 3 pills, and he whispers in my ear, take the purple one last. Now, what he meant was after his set. I took all 3 before his set. He was doing 40 minutes because it was the late show.
Yeah.
So I did the first 2 right away. I don't even know what it is. He told me later it was ecstasy, but like ecstasy doesn't do that.
What did it do?
I had to be carried onto the stage to close the show. Like Toby Hargrave gave me a piggyback because I was right out of it.
Ooh.
And then it started snowing. That's all I'm going to say in case my daughter's watching.
Well, that's like the best answer. That sounds like a really fun time.
It was a really fun time. And the best part, everybody came to my room at the end of the night. It was about 3 in the morning. And I walked them to the door, said goodnight. Toby's sitting on the couch. I turned, fall on the bed, and puked my brains out into the garbage can. And Toby said, like, watch that. And he said, that was probably the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life.
You
Just,
puking?
hey, see you guys later. Yeah, you were great. Yeah, it was a really fun time. Blah.
Oh, I see. You just held it together just enough. Damn.
Just enough.
Wow. I want to do drugs now.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's why it was hard to quit.
Yeah, let's talk about that. You want to talk about them?
Yeah.
Okay. When did you quit? You remember? Like, are you keeping that? Like, do you
Well,
know
the hardcore drugs about 4 years.
4 years. Okay.
Yeah.
But the weed because
Weed off and on. I quit and I got back into it and I quit again. Then my mom passed away and I jumped back into it. But I haven't touched that in over 2 years now.
that's really cool. Was it like? Would you say you were like addicted to the hard stuff?
It's hard to say. When you do it every day,
Right.
you don't really think of it as an addiction.
Yeah. Well, what was it like when you were trying to quit it? Like, was it like, oh, you like, did you struggle to
Oh, no, I wanted it out of my life bad enough that it was easy.
quit? Right.
The hardcore, I never went back and never will. Alcohol, every now and then, like I said, even now, go buy a bottle of whiskey, but you deal with it.
Yeah.
But like weed too, like that took a little while, but it's the cigarettes that are the hardest.
Cigarettes.
Yeah.
I smoked
Yeah.
one cigarette one time, and it was like the best thing I've ever experienced. And I was like, I cannot do this again. This was too good.
Yeah, yeah. You can see why it's addictive.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think when you really want to quit, you quit.
Right.
You don't need AA. You don't need to. You deal with it on your own.
You never went to an AA or an NA type thing.
No. With weed, when you quit that though, you get the sweats at night. Like there is
Really? People don't
a
talk about that.
physical.
People don't talk about them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how many people actually have consciously quit weed.
Right. Okay. Should I quit smoking weed?
No,
Okay, good.
just don't smoke it before shows.
You know what? I find if I'm doing new material, that like it really helps if I'm like under the influence a little bit.
I watch too many comedians that think they're good on weed. You can't shift gears. You can't do
You're totally right.
what you should do to make your set better. Just turn on some light here. It's getting dark.
Yeah, I have 4 lights on in my bedroom right now. Also, I don't know if you can tell. Can you see I have your name written here? Can you? And it's backwards.
Oh, yeah.
It's backwards. I
Well,
didn't
yeah.
realize everything was going to be backwards. I wrote my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. That's all.
That's good, actually.
I wanted to talk to you to get Twitter followers, really. That was the whole purpose. Okay, I think I have 1 or 2 more questions. Okay, not really. But was there much of a difference in planning what you were going to do for the special and... Okay, let's talk about your comedy album first. Sorry. We'll talk about...
Okay.
Okay, you only have the one right now out, right?
It's not out. It will be.
What
It's in the
fuck
final
am I
edit now.
thinking of?
I know.
No, you know what it
I
was
get
I was
it all
thinking
the time
of?
from Jen.
When you emceed Alex Wood's comedy album. Because I remember seeing it thinking, okay. Well...
Yeah, he had his out timely.
Yeah, it like 4 months later, it was
Recording
there.
Out.
What a novelty!
Yeah. I think I'm going into this. Yeah, it'll be 2 years in October, and it's just sitting there.
That sucks. When are you gonna? I guess there's no way to tell when you'll be able to.
The problem is I've listened to it so much, I can't be objective about it. and now I don't even think it's funny.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you still doing like that
And
material?
some, I like to think I changed directions. To do a headline set, I definitely still do some of that,
Yeah.
but I'm hoping now that I'm starting to write again that I can put that away and maybe even get a second album out.
But like, so not even releasing this first one, or
Oh no, I will.
okay, good.
That's going to come out very soon.
Really? We have a date?
Mm.
We have the exclusive?
I'm hoping June.
June?
Yeah.
Make it June 1st. It's my birthday. I'll be 27. I'll have I'll host a listening party. Do comedians do that? Do they host like little parties when they release their albums?
Yeah, some do. I don't know how long this quarantine's going to go, but I mean, like, it would have been nice to have like an album release night.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe do some of the jokes one last time.
Yeah, make everyone buy it. That sounds so fun. If we're still in quarantine, we should do like a Zoom thing, like a big group, and just like have us like we'll just all be on camera and just listen to your album with headphones and just you could see what
Yeah.
people are laughing. That'd be really fun. That'd be the perfect time to do drugs, to be honest. Just get high and watch people react to your album.
I'm going to have one beer
One beer.
when quarantine ends. One beer.
One beer. Have you done that?
Yuck.
Have you done that since being like fully sober, where you just have like one drink?
Well, I mean, my sister-in-law's wedding had some wine. Last Christmas, one of the family had a bottle of whiskey. I had a shot of that. So, I mean, I make sure that I don't do more than that. But yeah, I think that's another part of not going to Alcoholics Anonymous, that you can actually, do a shot or have a glass of wine and not feel like
Because there's like a lot
Yeah.
of guilt attached. Like when you go
Yeah.
to something like that, you're like you're promising making a change, and then you have one
Yeah.
beer. That's a great point.
Yeah,
That's a great
but I
point.
mean, if I got drunk, then I feel like I broke a promise.
Right.
If I'm just having one drink, then, and I stay at that one drink, then it's not a problem.
Did you quit drinking for a specific reason? Like, were you doing weird shit when you were drinking, or you just felt like
I
it was
spent too much money on it. I was, I wouldn't say I was abusive, but I wasn't a nice person.
right?
And, yeah, the benefit of quitting was outweighs the whatever benefit there is in drinking.
Yeah. Wait, if you had to write it down, a pros and cons list of why to keep drinking, it'd be the pros.
No.
Sometimes it feels
No,
fun.
I just knew it. Yeah.
The cons, everything
And
else.
that's the thing, though. I mean, that's exactly it, though. Sometimes, like, you have a show. If you did really well, you want to have a beer to celebrate. If you did really poor, you want to have a beer to, drown your sorrows.
Yeah.
So,
It's a lose-lose.
yeah. That's
Yeah.
the hardest when you quit and you're doing comedy because it's around you.
Oh my god, yeah. I quit for 3 months. I quit everything, and the idea of like going to like watch the shows at Yuck Yucks, right? But then being there and not drinking and just watching Georgia Silly before he got good.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Okay, so about your Comedy Now special. All the Comedy Now specials had crazy like set designs. Like it was a bad, not bad, but it was. Have you seen Graham K's special that just came out?
On Crave?
Yeah.
Not yet.
Okay. It has a really cool set.
I don't know if they did it at the Masonic Temple.
No, I'm sure they did.
That's where they used to do, yeah.
So what I'm doing is a hypothetical, because when I talk to, like you'll see here by my cup that I used to intern at the Comedy Network, right? And I talked to one of the women that was in charge of Comedy Now, and I was just like, hey, why'd you kill it? It was my dream. And she said like basically with all the Just for Laughs stuff they felt they didn't need it, and that they were in the midst of doing like half-hour things like the Crave specials is what she meant. So now they have all these, and I'm wondering, one day I'm sure you'll get like a call to go do one, and if you had any say in how your set would look, how would you design it?
Well, Oh, you mean the actual background?
The actual backdrop, like, yeah, what kind of in this hypothetical situation, if you could choose the venue, you can choose everything about it.
You know, I'd actually like to make it look like I was in an alley. Like brick wall here, and just me in the middle with like a black background behind me.
Black
But it
back.
looks like I'm coming out of an alley.
Why? Why?
I don't want the background to be more interesting than me.
Oh, that's a great point. So, would you wear something really bland as well, like something really? Hello?
Um, yeah, I got my uniform, the black shirt and blue jeans. I'll probably just wear that.
But then your shirt might blend into the background.
That's true.
You got to think
Maybe
about
we'll
these
put like a
things. And
we got
black
to put
doesn't
like
look
a
good on
purple.
camera.
Well, I'm not going to stand there either, though. But I mean, maybe make it like a purplish.
That'd be nice.
No,
No, no, no. I like that. I like that. Wait, a purple shirt or a purple background?
like a, like that midnight black with a bit of purple to it.
Now you're getting somewhere. I like that.
Yeah.
Where would you do it if you could choose the location, like a city, country?
Honestly, you're gonna laugh, but I would record it in Cornwall.
I am gonna
That
laugh.
is my favorite place. I did. I got lucky in the last show I did before quarantine was at the Port Theatre in Cornwall,
Okay.
and it was the second best set of my career. Man, it
Was that New
was
Year's Eve? Was that that one?
unbelievable. Hmm?
Was that New Year's
No,
Eve?
it was like March 18th.
Oh, who else was on it? I want to do it.
Tim Riel,
Oh, hell yeah.
Stuart Asselstein, Mark Vincent, and there was somebody else, but I can't remember his name. I feel bad, but I just met him that night.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. I like Mark
Tim
Vincent.
fucking killed it.
I just said I like Mark Vincent. I think he's really great.
Yeah, he's very good. A good friend too.
Yeah. I always eat so much shit at his shows though, so I feel like the only impression he has of me is just getting really drunk and throwing up at both of his shows and then having a terrible set, which isn't too far off from who I am.
You should throw up after the show. You'll probably do better.
Yeah, you're right. I think one of the shows actually was where I was like, I'm just gonna get high and I'm gonna be so funny, but I was just scared of the crowd.
Or Cornwall will tell you when it's not funny for sure.
Yeah, even worse, they won't say anything, which is what I found they did.
Yeah,
You ever do stand up on like one of your birthdays?
yeah. Actually, last year, my birthday, they had Julian Dion and Jen Grant let me headline the Sunday Funnies at the Pump, and then Rad Dads, that Reese Turner and Walter Ling show
Right.
was at Yuck Yucks, and they put me on.
Rad Dad.
So yeah, I got to do two shows that night for my birthday.
They go well?
Actually, no, that was my anniversary. That was my birthday. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's kind of cute that you equate the two things being the same thing.
yeah.
It's romantic. If your wife's listening, that's great. Okay, I have one more real hard hitting question, okay? Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. So in this hypothetical special you have, actually, I have two more questions, okay?
Okay.
Okay. And they're both hypothetical about your special. You get to choose your intro music. Like, what song are you coming out to?
There's a lot. The one that I use when I'm allowed to is the Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin.
Is which song, sorry?
The Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin
Okay.
for a very good reason.
I'd use that one too, yeah.
Oh, it's a really like the opening riff is insane.
I don't
It's
think I
perfect.
actually know the song. Sing it.
Shit. I'd play it for you, but I'm on my phone.
That's totally fine. I'll look into it afterwards. Actually, if my dad's listening, he'll have just heard that I said I don't know a Led Zeppelin song, and he's gonna play it any second in the downstairs. 'Cause
That's understandable.
yeah.
You're like 24.
I wish I was 24. Okay, so that'd be your intro song. How about an outro song? Since you have multiple songs, you get one more song. You finish your joke and you play this.
Uh,
You do a bow.
Bring Me the Night by Overkill.
Okay. I guess our taste in music doesn't really overlap.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. I like metal.
Oh, I see. I like Miley Cyrus.
Oh, yeah. She's
She's
got a song or two.
Yeah, she's got some hits, baby. Okay. So I have a few other things about this. I
Is
really like
it
to.
also because she kind of looks like you too?
Anytime I get roasted and somebody throws in a Miley Cyrus, it's really funny to me. I get a lot of Caillou, so whenever it's just like a hot woman, I'm into it.
Yeah,
I've been
yeah.
called
You
worse
could be
things than
Caillou in his teenage years.
he would never make it that far, not with that complaining.
No, that's true.
Okay, now what about a title for your special? If you were able to give it like a cool name.
Uh, I bounced it around in my head. I really like the idea of calling my next album "Don't Take Me Seriously."
I like that. It's a joke. Would you for the album you recorded? I wasn't there. Did you do your N word bit?
Yeah.
I think that'd be like a good track to have on that album.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's really good.
I'm kind of curious if XM would play it, but yeah, I can't wait to see if they do.
XM plays some dirty shit.
Yeah, but from what I understand about Canadian content, they'll
Mm,
play anything as long as it's not racist.
it's
I
not really.
mean, that bit is about me being called that, so I don't know how they would take it, but
I see. I see. Um, do you have a name for your album, or is that the name you're going to use?
uh, well, it's probably going to change. It was supposed to be "What the Hell's a Wapik," but I think now that it's over 2 years, almost 2 years that it's been released, I'm thinking of something a little more clever. I don't know what yet,
Right.
but something,
I do like what the hell is a Wafik. That sounds like your biography. Like that sounds like the book you'll have to write. This is what Wafik is.
yeah,
Okay. So that's it for me. Should we open the floor up for questions and see if that produces anything?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So I can see that people have commented, but I have no idea how to see if people have. Let me pull it up on my phone. Okay. 8. Interesting.
Am I going to be able to watch this later?
Uh, I started recording about 15 minutes, 10 minutes in. I totally forgot.
Okay.
Okay, so here, I'll read you some of the sweet comments we got. Okay? Uh, Rochelle says, "Hey, Andrew and Wafik." Hey.
Hey, which Rochelle? There's a few.
Oh, Rochelle L. Todd.
Okay.
Hi, Rochelle. Miss you. Tavis says, "Hi, guys," with an exclamation mark.
Hey, Davis is a good guy. He's funny.
It's so rude to say that after I said Rochelle and you said nothing.
Oh no, Rochelle's a wonderful person. She's funny. I've seen her kill it.
Tammy Wagman tagged you and said, "Woohoo." So,
I love Tammy.
yeah, well, Tammy doesn't love me, I guess. I'll go fuck myself.
Well, she met you.
I know, I don't know who she is.
It's Howard's wife, man.
I thought so, but love you, Tammy. Okay. Emily Morgan says, "Hi, guys." Do you know Emily Morgan?
I think so.
Okay. At one point, Tammy said there were 9 people watching this. I'm sure it's just you and I now. Uh, Jeff Nixon asked if I'm bombing.
No,
No,
no, you did great
yeah,
for your
this could have
first
been way
time, man.
worse. Dylan's upset that I bragged about having 4 lights. And I've actually lied. I only have 3. Tammy said you should get Howard to listen to it. The thing is, we don't know
I
when they
guess
posted
my
this. Like,
album.
yeah, she was probably. Did he not hear it?
No, nobody has. Well, the people that I kind of asked to help me edit it, but yeah, I don't think anybody's really heard it yet.
What the hell happened with it? I know you told me, but
It's like 57 minutes long. There's a few things that need to be removed because I've done them and they have a better ending now. So I'm going to do it for my next album.
okay. And Spencer says ha 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 ha.
I don't know for what. We've had some funny
Yeah,
back and forth.
we're killing. We're killing. Uh, well, I was happy to talk to you on 420. I planned it for sure. I don't know. I kind of want to.
See,
What?
you should have interviewed a piehead today.
I
I guess a former piehead's cool.
This live stream is all about redemption and finding yourself. And I'll smoke weed for you tonight.
Okay.
However, we're at 54 minutes, and I would love for it to be an hour. Oh, okay, hold on. Okay, Caesar says he's like a retarded Larry King. Which I actually think, I just noticed my posture is very Larry King.
Yeah, he's onto something.
You don't need to agree with him so quick, though.
Yeah.
And then Tavis says...
No, you're right, too.
What's that?
You're right, too.
Yeah, I'm alt-right, in fact. You know what I'm talking about? It's crazy. I'm watching the Facebook stream now, and it's a bit delayed. I should stop. Okay. Tavis said, ask Waf if he knows Wardy calls him Wafik, and what's the correct pronunciation?
Wafik is the Egyptian way.
Right.
I like Wafik more, for sure, on just my own. But yeah, the first time I ever played Calgary, I was middling with a guy named Bill McIntosh. He was an Ottawa guy, and we both went out. And I knew my name was going to get butchered. And Ken Valgertson, he was the MC, and he introduced me as Widjik Mendoza.
What in the fuck?
Exactly.
Was that just the wrong name?
That's what I thought. I was like, is there somebody else here?
Yeah.
But after a while, when I did a theater, I don't even remember what Center Point. I think I was opening for Jerry D a few years ago, and the stage manager came up and she said, "Is your name Joaquin?" And I just said, maybe.
Does it mean I get more
know
money?
if there was a guy named Joaquin on the show, or if she was just mispronouncing my name.
Right.
But Wafik is the way I prefer it.
Okay. I think okay, never mind. I had 2 shots of Sambuca and I'm losing my mind. Opening for Jerry
I can't
D,
stand that taste.
No?
It tastes like black licorice.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
My dad actually put he mixed it with some sort of extract, so it tastes like blueberry black licorice.
Oh wow, okay.
Arguably, it's a lot worse, to be honest. It gets the job done. Reminds me of Swizzles. Opening for Jerry D. That's really cool. If you could open for... I just want this to reach an hour at this point. I'm just wasting your time.
Yeah, no problem.
Where are we at? We are 50... Okay, this will be good. Who could... Okay, if you could open for any comic, who would it be?
Bill Burr.
Bill Burr. So fast, you say. Bill Burr.
Oh, number one, man. I love Chappelle.
Mm-hmm.
And I think there's a lot of other comedians but in terms of consistency, Bill, special after special, has been ridiculously strong.
Okay. I haven't listened to any of his specials. Which one would you most recommend?
Where
is this you?
Probably his first one. I don't know the names of them.
Right.
I think that's when he knew how to get his edge out in a really funny way. Like the things he talks about with women and the topics that he had, I watched that 3 times. I should watch it more. I like Paper Tiger. I thought it was great, and I think the balls on him for some of the things he said were ridiculous. But yeah, like his first or Paper Tiger for sure.
Okay, so the newest or the oldest? Oh,
Yeah.
maybe I'll listen to.
Not to
Oh,
say the other in the middle weren't great.
right.
They were. But like the first one he did is it's the first one he did. It's the one that makes you go, holy shit.
It made
And
him a
then,
star,
the
kind of.
next,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Like the follow up was a brilliant follow up. But the first one's the one where you're like, whoa. And I think the last one he just did had that same wow a few times,
Right.
you know?
He had a real edge, I imagine.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'd love to open for Louis C.K. I don't care what anybody says. Louis is still funny. He didn't lose his funny for what he did, and he owned it. So no matter what anybody says, I mean, yeah, I'm just surprised that they're trying to hold it against the white guy. They don't usually do that. Weinstein Weinstein got off pretty easy.
Yeah, I'm a little upset that they're. I like that he's being like canceled, but I am upset that it's a white man being canceled. I do think
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's enough. Leave us alone.
Yeah, yeah. Take it out on Chappelle.
That's the thing. No. Okay. I'm trying to stop myself from saying stupid things. Okay, if you could, this will be our last question, okay? Because we're getting into an hour. This will be the actual last one. If you could have a tour, all comics, living or dead, you're emceeing, and you can pick an opening act, a headliner, and a feature. All time.
Opening act would be Don Kelly
Oh,
because I love Don. Uh, the middle would be Bill Burr, and the headliner would be Sam Kinison.
Sam Kinison. I just watched a documentary on him the other day. He was so fucking funny.
Yeah,
That yelling, oh my god! I never wanted to do
yeah.
something more on stage.
Well, it's funny how he developed that persona, like the big fight with his girlfriend before he went on stage, and just ad-libbing this tirade about her, and everybody said you found your voice, and that's how Sam came to be.
It's crazy. If you told somebody before you went on stage, I'm just going to go up there and yell about my girlfriend with his, you'd be like, "Don't do that." You're gonna. Okay, I'll just read you one last comment before we go. Can you see the comments? Like, do I need to read them to you?
No, I'm
Okay.
nowhere near the computer yet.
Okay, good. Rochelle says the following. I remember a guy trying to impress his date on the Yucks patio. Never knew Yucks had a patio. Told her that Wafik was a personal friend of his, then proceeded to call at you, "Hey Wafik," to no reply. You just fucked
Yeah,
up
but
that guy's night.
yeah, I feel bad for the guy because I'm deaf, man. You guys know that. How many times I ask you to repeat yourselves?
I think that's it for us. You have anything you would like
That
to
was-
say to your legions of fans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you what they are, but comedians in Ottawa learn comedy etiquette. There's a few things you guys do wrong. You got to talk to headliners and find out how to do it.
Well,
'Cause-
hold on now. Don't get all stingy. If you know what they are, you gotta.
Oh, there's certain things. I'll say this. Stop bragging about when you kill. The rule in comedy is you don't tell us when you kill, and we won't remind you when you bomb.
Whoa.
I should do a rule every time you do this. I should come on, do one comedy rule for 2 minutes and leave.
For 2 minutes. That lasted for 10 seconds. Can you?
Yeah, well, I mean, we can elaborate next time.
Okay. Well, now I am curious. Another rule of yours is don't hang out in the green room the whole show.
No, watch the show. You're there for the. What are you going to learn talking to other people?
Gossip.
Gossip after the show. You guys all go out to a bar anyway.
Well, now maybe, but like, what if somebody has a job?
You got 10 minutes after the show. If you got to rush out the door, do it on the weekend. But you're actually there.
You're right.
Like you could be inspired. You can actually help a person hear a joke and say, "Hey, here's a tag," or because you kind of want them to do that for you too, right?
Yeah, you're right. Treat others the way you want to be treated.
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, that's what you're. It's the golden rule, baby. Dylan Black says you're a super talented comedian with a heart of gold.
Dylan Black is a beautiful man. I love that guy.
I've never met, but physically, hot as hell. Hot
He
as
is,
hell.
yes, and really, really awesome. Just a good friend to comedy for sure.
You know what's fun? I actually got my dad to donate blood. Just he made a post about donating blood, and then it reminded me like
Mhm.
I used to donate blood all the time, and I just stopped. And then I convinced my dad to donate blood for the first time, like last year. All thanks to Dylan Black.
I didn't know you donated blood. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm all about it. That's why I'm so pale, and that's the only reason why. Also, this will be yeah. We'll say goodbye, but just so you know, my cousin just said "Love you, Andrew," with a heart.
Oh,
So,
awesome.
and on that note, I hope you take care. I'll text
You
you.
too.
I'll text you
This
as
was a
soon
lot of
as
fun.
I'm just gonna take a shit, and then I'll text you.
Okay.
Okay. Good night. Thanks for doing this.
Hey, no problem.
Wait,
Anytime.
hold on. I need to come up with a name for my fans. Hey, Wham Fadix? How about Wham Addicts?
Wham addicts?
Hey, Wham Addicts.
Like addicts, like addicted?
Hey, okay.
WAM addicts. ADDICTS.
Anyways, Don Kelly next Tuesday at 7 p.m. There you go.
Next Tuesday. I thought it was Monday.
Oh, Don's a busy man. Okay.
All right, all right. I'll
Anyways,
watch that.
thank you, thank you. We'll have you join if I find out how. The Wham Boys. Okay, Tav has got it because no women will be a fan of me. Okay.
Of course, Tavis got it. The guy's
Yeah.
fucking funny and quick.
What a fucking twist. Tav has got a good joke. Anyways, I'll talk to you later.
See, Andy.
See you.
minutes and it had to be clean. And yeah, that was, I think, my first taste of it. But I mean, like, I kind of sucked, but I got better. And then
Wait,
Yuck Yucks, you said
sorry, you say Fruitopia?
we did,
Sorry, you say Fruitopia?
we did,
Sorry, you say Fruitopia?
we did it at Canada's Wonderland. It was
Oh.
my first time on TV, and it was like we had to do 12 minutes, and it had to be clean. And yeah, We did
Sorry, you say Fruitopia?
yeah,